New Jersey DMV written test. When is it very important to use your mirrors? When stopping at an intersection, when slowing down or stopping suddenly, when turning, when changing lanes. What is the correct placement of your hands on the steering wheel? 9 and 3 o'clock. Can coffee, fresh air, or a shower help you sober up enough to drive safely? No, only time can do this. What are examples of possible penalties for a first-time offense of driving with a blood alcohol content BAC of 10% or more, possible electronic device requirement for 6 months to 1 year, $1,000 annual surcharge for 3 years, up to 30 days imprisonment, 7 months to 1 year suspension of driving privilege. What is the most common type of parking on city streets in the state of New Jersey? Parallel parking. What is the minimum safe following distance for a vehicle traveling at 50 miles per hour under ideal road conditions? 5 car lengths. What is the minimum safe following distance for a vehicle traveling at 40 miles per hour on wet pavement? 8 car lengths. What do solid lines indicate? On a motorist's side of the center line means do not pass. If a motorist has reached a BAC of slightly above 5% after drinking, the risk for causing a motor vehicle accident doubles after alcohol. What is the drug most often found with drivers involved in collisions? Marijuana. What is the penalty for lying on your driver license application or registration? Loss of driver license privileges for 6 months to 2 years, 6 months imprisonment. What documents are required in order to obtain your driver's license? 1 primary document, 1 secondary document, proof of address, social security number. You should allow more space in front of your vehicle when following large trucks because you need the extra room to see around the truck. What does the law say about bicyclists on roadways? Bicycles are considered the same as motor vehicles. What are the 3 basic kinds of traffic signs? Warning, guidance, regulatory. Which of the following are examples of regulatory signs? Do not enter, yield, stop. What does a white diamond-shaped symbol in a lane indicate? Lane reserved for high-occupancy vehicles HOV only. Which class of license of B, C, or D is intended for a basic non-commercial driver license? D. Which of the following statements about using a vehicle's horn is correct? A horn should not be overused, but a motorist should check it often to make sure it works. Use the horn to signal when passing or when coming out of a blind alley, curve, or driveway. What is the hand signal for a right turn? Hand and arm upward. When parking your vehicle on any hill, use your parking brake and leave the vehicle in gear or park. When parking a vehicle facing downhill, in what direction should the wheels of your vehicle be facing? Toward the curb. When road surfaces and traffic are normal, what does New Jersey law prohibit? Blocking traffic through slow driving. What is the maximum speed you can drive in a rural roadway if there is no posted sign? 50 miles per hour. What is a common contributing factor of fatal and other types of accidents? Exceeding the speed limit. In which of the following situations are you allowed to pass another vehicle on the right? Only on roads with more than 1 lane going in the same direction. An intersection is controlled if there are traffic signals or signs in any direction or controlled. By what? A police officer. What does a single solid white line across a road at an intersection mean? Stop behind the line for a traffic signal or sign. What is considered a motor vehicle violation in the state of New Jersey? Driving on private property to avoid a traffic signal or traffic sign. Whenever a motorist is in doubt who had the right of way in a circle, she should do what at all times? Remember the basic rule governing any uncontrolled intersection: exercise extreme caution. Should you maintain your speed or slow down when moving toward an exit ramp? Do not slow down until you have moved into the exit ramp. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down? Turn on your emergency flashers, ask anyone who stops for help or call for assistance. Move the vehicle out of the road, raise the hood. What is the correct way to safely make a right-hand turn? Do not swing outward or into another lane. Approach intersection as far to the right as possible. When are you allowed to drive around railroad crossing? When the gates are lowered. Drivers should not cross the gate until gates have been raised and the lights have stopped flashing. What should you do when a school bus is stopped and flashing red lights? Drivers on 2-lane road approaching from both directions must stop. When are you required to use your headlights when driving? When visibility is 500 feet or less, whenever you are using your windshield wipers. 1/2 hour after sunset to 1/2 hour before sunrise. What type of lights are legal to use in place of headlights, parking, or auxiliary lights? If your cell phone rings while you are driving and you do not have a hands-free device, what should you do as a responsible driver? Let the call go to voicemail. What are some bad habits that could distract drivers from paying attention to the road and their surroundings? Reading maps and newspapers, driving while talking on a cell phone, driving while eating or drinking. Which of the following statements about tired drivers is correct? Tired drivers have slower reaction times. Tired drivers can be as dangerous as drunk drivers. What driving rule is useful at any speed? The 3 seconds plus rule. Should you use your high beams or low beams when driving in foggy conditions? Use low beams and turn fog lights on. What should you do to control a vehicle if the rear end of the vehicle starts to slide? Take your foot off the gas pedal. What should you do if your vehicle runs off the pavement? Regain control, slow down, turn slowly onto the road. What is the proper response to a blown tire? Take your foot off the gas, do not use brakes, steer straight. What should you do if the gas pedal in your vehicle gets stuck? Keep eyes on the road while quickly shifting to neutral, steer off roadway, turn engine off and call for help. What should you do if your vehicle goes into water? Open door or window to exit. What last-minute choices can help you avoid collisions or at least minimize damage? Turn away from oncoming traffic even if it means leaving the road. Drive off the road instead of skidding. Hit something that will give way instead of something hard. According to New Jersey state law, who is required to wear seatbelts? Under state law, the driver and all passengers of a passenger vehicle must wear a seatbelt. Which of the following statements about drinking and driving are correct? If your back is above 0.10%, your risk for getting in an accident is 6 times higher. If your back is above 0.05, your risk for getting in an accident is doubled. Emotions can have a great effect on your driving. If you are angry or excited, you should give yourself time to cool off. A person may drive on public or private property to avoid a traffic sign or signal when directed to do so by a police officer. After driving through a deep puddle, you should immediately test your brakes. When two roads intersect and there are no signs or signals, it is good practice to be ready to stop if necessary. When driving around a curve, your car will tend. Keep going straight. To maintain a proper following distance when driving, you should stay at least 3 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. A railroad crossing sign is black and yellow. Circle. The meaning of the hand signal when a driver's hand and arm are straight out signifies a left turn. Double solid lines in the center of a two-way road means traffic should not cross from either side. The meaning of the hand signal when a driver's hand and arm is downward signifies slow or stop. A yellow line down the center of the road indicates separates traffic flow in opposite direction. When are roads most slippery? During the first few minutes of rainfall. Studies show that the greatest number of people arrested for drunk driving have been drinking what type of alcohol? Beer. If you drink beyond a back of 5%, the risk of you causing a motor vehicle accident doubles, and at 10%, the risk increases to 6 times as great. You are, by law, presumed to be under the influence when the amount of alcohol in your blood or back has reached 0.08%. When making a left turn from a two-way street, you should get into which lane before turning? Lane nearest to the center of the roadway. If a person has been drinking, what will sober them up? Time. The first conviction penalty for driving with a BAC of 8% or higher will be $250 for 100 fine, up to 30 days imprisonment, loss of license 6 months to 1 year. What safe driving skills are affected by alcohol? Alertness, judgment and reaction time. A single, solid white line across a road at an intersection designates stop within 5 feet of the line for a stop sign or traffic light. Before turning, you must signal at least how far in advance? 100 feet. The best way to reduce your chances of having an alcohol-related accident is to not drive at all after drinking. The New Jersey speed limit in a business or residential area, unless otherwise posted, is 25 miles per hour. A flashing red light means stop, go in safe. The 3-second rule refers to what proper following distance you should always yield to? Emergency vehicles, pedestrians, other vehicles in the intersection. Hydroplaning means tire treads lose contact with the road surface. When nearing a steady yellow traffic signal, you should stop before the intersection. The order of colors on a traffic light hung top to bottom are red, yellow, and green. A green arrow means proceed as shown by the arrow. What are the 3 options available? The graduated driver's license program, the early bird, the young adult road, the adult road. To obtain a probationary license, a person who is under the age of 21 may drive unsupervised when the following 3 requirements are met. Must complete 6 months of supervised driving without any suspensions or postponement. Must pass MVC's road test. Must be at least 17 years old. A probationary license is needed for how long? 1 year. With a 6 trillion ID verification program, the MVCs will verify what 3 categories: age, birth certificate, forts, identity, social security, 1 PT. Proof that presence in this country is federal by law. To obtain a GDL special learner permit, one must meet what 6 requirements? Must be at least 16. Must have resigned parent or guardian consent. Must be enrolled in approved behind-the-wheel driver training course. An approved instructor must give permit. Must pass MVC's knowledge and visions test. Must pay required fee. If you fail the road test, how long do you have to wait to take the next test? 2 weeks. It will take a large truck how much longer to stop in bad weather? 25%. What are the 4 items needed to register your vehicle? Complete A&J vehicle registration application at any MVC. Provide the name of the vehicle's current insurance company and the policy number. Show proof of vehicle ownership. Show proof that required sales have been paid. What are the 6 items needed to take the road test? 6 PTS of ID, validated permit, valid inspection sticker, insurance, minus to red GDL decals. All signals must be working. Applicants must be accompanied by a licensed driver. What are the hours for a GDL examination permit? 21 or older. All hours. What about any GDL permit under 21? 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. What 3 items do you need to have with you when driving? License, registration, insurance. How much time do you have to notify MVC of a name change? 2 weeks. An address change, 1 week after moving. A lost or stolen driver license, permit or non-driver ID should be reported. 2. The policy in the event of a rear wheel skid, turn your front one, this in me direction. True off the carafafarist, you must now. Thigh limitation stiff revised. Stipping distance to violum is a blankar subject head phonable. And instructions yonten. Erperson. Ura subjecto. A fine. Stint nude spendient. And less pestido 3s. 25 miles per hour. Amatoris schuldabatienti. Unexpected draws condifliths. Ordrange lawless 3 points do bizabator tofti. For a very earthatortisham. Honda vertha pointer. Or flashing lights. You missed. Pull over to the fafrafri. Linting thempastorif. Leftern thespidos lentizime mede. Unless a therpistid. Is. 25 miles per hour. Tread her storif to 1 or restrictodo. 5:01 a.m. to 11 o'clock Puella driving to Soldero faga glestri. Hand door hands for Krendlik. Mil tourist signa fulififiza. Bicyclists, skateboarders, inclineskators, pedestrians. Whether your blood alcohol content opening parenthesis BAC closing parenthesis rises above legal limits depends on the amount you drink, your weight, that immediate drink, before a practice branching, in addition to validuries and registration cardred, must also have avalidated permafrintimter. Jimpli ed consentensum, that besimpli usings, motorist the vigrit, Briath testfulafeltories, $500. Up to 5 days in jail, 6 months suspension, 2 points, and community service on his now covered road. You should maintain a following distance of atleast 6 seconds or more. Honda Clonger Waquidal, 25% more. Therefore, Thani placant mabondis, Naran corner santintintis, steering per preparaficistias, trianglant of entrantantis, views of seat ballasmi, conopu from hinterant, signals must boost, when turning, changing lanes, stopping and slafantuiani, 55st when order driven trus, you will be in a poor berry, 1 year. Ifi how viflatorber, yeah should, slow down grad will afala femiant, hold the steering fali, idir karmas defenti. Every toy air to face touristum 0.05%, therisk of causantician, double boys requentary, thed reverendal pairs. Undal they canclo ferries, yeah should, take your foot to fates, donna tus the break turn in thederic terrified, dangaro sadlathasal, sakar steps af trandy seatbelts, airbags, etc. Planternal shaped signissa, yield sign. When you moving to a fonton, you must avia your click like 14 days after it is hysterically. An extra lana tafel of a tefer It's lunars perfafidentiri, 11:01 p.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. Mestino driver offentis.